Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Lisa and you're watching One Lisa Show. Happy Friday. It's Friday Sews. I am not wearing a Me Made shirt, but there is a Me Made bra underneath and Me Made shorts on today. Penny and I have just come back from our third walk of the day, and so I'm a little flush, but while the lighting is still decent, I want to get my video up. It's been a long day, but I actually have a lot to report. I didn't get as much sewing done as I'd like to, just because I had been very busy with some life things. But what I did do is plan for sewing. So the next week and this weekend, I'm ready to go. My last video, I had mentioned some of this, so it might sound a little repetitive, but there's been progress. I wanted to make a Tilly and the Blends Coco dress. I've made the top version many times, and I do love it. I've made both the funnel neck and the boat neck. I tried to make the dress once and it didn't go so well. Tilly and the Blends Coco dress, I believe they do have an extended size range for this one, but I'm not 100% sure right now. I'll have to look it up. But I have made a size 6 in the past, and that is a bust of 40 inches, a waist of 34, and a hip of 43. And quite frankly, it A-lines out, so the hip to me doesn't matter so much. It's dead on with my sizes, but it does seem a little baggy. This dress that I'm planning to make, which I can't show you the fabric because it's laid out on my cutting table, but I did show it in my last video. It is a double brushed poly from Joann's, and I decided to do that a size down, size 5. So this week I traced out the pattern for a size 5 Coco dress, and I have the fabric laid out. I have the pattern pieces on it. I just have to cut it. That's on my list to do, but once I cut it, sewing it up is pretty quick. This is a very fast project. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm actually looking forward to a couple cooler days, because with those 3/4 length sleeves, I think I'm actually going to need a little bit cooler of a day to wear it, even though it is kind of a mini dress. It is well above the knee, so I am hoping to have it done this weekend and wear it. And I'd also like to wear it on Wednesday. I have meetings all day, and I think that would be a fun make to wear for all day meetings. I also cut into some very special fabric that I was scared to cut into, and it was this gray stretch denim. It's very lightweight. I think it's was it a 4 or 4.5 ounce lightweight stretch denim. And this is a pocket. I got this from Beyond the Pink Door, and I've held on to it for probably close to a year at this point. I decided to finally cut out the Megan Nielsen Dawn jeans, the full length, and I'm going to do the straight leg. I cut out the straight legs, and I had extra, so I also cut out a pair of shorts for my niece. So this gray lightweight stretch denim, so it'll grow with her. I have made 2 pairs of these shorts already for my nieces. The amount that was left was just perfect for making a pair of shorts. And one of the benefits to always getting a little extra is if I need to recut a pattern piece, I have extra to do so, and if I don't, I have extra to make something. And having 2 nieces that are relatively small, there's usually something I can make for them. This is the pattern that I'm making, the shorts version. It's Simplicity 9127. It's just unisex for everybody in your family, girls, boys, teens, adults, pajama shorts. It's in a simple elasticated waist, straight leg pant pattern. So my niece is 10 years old. She's a very skinny 10 years old. I think her waist is a 24-inch waist. So I am making her the medium 10-12 for children's. I've made them 2 pairs already. Actually, believe it or not, my 8-year-old and the 10-year-old niece basically wear the same size, just one is massively taller than the other. But their measurements are the same for waist and chest and hip. So excited for me. I know I can whip up that Coco dress pretty quickly. That's an afternoon project. And the shorts, that's a quick project as well. And then the Megan Nielsen Dawn jeans is not a quick project, but it's cut out and it's ready to go. The only piece I have to cut out are the pocket bags. So I'm going to go through my scraps and see what I have that would make a nice pocket bag. While out and about today, I stopped at Joann's. I used my coupons and got some top stitching thread. And that top stitching thread is a Gutterman top stitch thread. And it is kind of like an ice gray. That's the best way to describe it. It's not white. Maybe it's a silver, you would call it. Or I'm calling it an ice gray. I actually bought two. I think they were $1.99 each at my Joann's. And I had a 50% off coupon and a 40% off coupon. So it turned out to be $3 something after tax, which is perfect. I really like a YouTube channel called What Mandy Made Next. She used to be called Pickety Stitches The New Creative, but she changed her name a few months back to What Mandy Made Next. She's a lovely woman, and she shares what she's made throughout the week, or what she's worked on throughout the week. So she has a different day of every week. She has a different project she works on every day of the week. And they're long-term projects. Cross-stitch, knitting, but it's not something she's going to get done in one afternoon most times. But she shares her progress kind of like a journal. And I absolutely enjoy watching her. So she made a cardigan for, I can't remember if it was a niece, but it was for a child. She made a cardigan with some scrap yarn that she had. And that motivated me to get a start on my niece's sweaters for Christmas. Every year I make them a sweater. I could crochet it or I could knit it. It doesn't, whatever my fancy is at the time. And I had some fabulous yarn that I got from a local yarn store last winter, and I haven't used it yet. So it's been sitting for like 5 months, 6 months almost. It's been sitting there in my craft area, and I only got 4 balls of it, and it was a pretty expensive yarn, but I thought, what the heck, I'm going to start a project. So I decided to start knitting one of the Christmas sweaters now. I didn't get much progress, but I feel like for me, because I'm a very slow knitter, I watch the Grocery Girls knitting channel, and when they come on, they always seem to have another project, and I just don't understand how they can knit so fast to get like a whole sweater done in a week. I can't. This is a week for me. And these are size 8 needles. This is Baracco Vintage. And I forget the name of the colorway, but it is a gorgeous brushed plum is what I would call it. It's almost like a painted effect. It's so pretty. And you can see little specks of different colors, fuchsias. I really thought it was a very pretty yarn, and I'm jealous that I'm making this for my niece. But if I enjoy the sweater, I will continue to make myself one also. It's funny because the more I sew for my nieces at 8 and 10, the more I get done with something I made them, and I'm like, I want one for me. And I've already done that. Like, I'm making the Megan Nielsen Dawn jeans. It's going to be the same fabric out of those shorts. The shorts were the scrap, but once I'll know I'll do those shorts first. And I'll be like, oh, I want that while I'm making the pants, the jeans. I made pink corduroy pants, if you remember. I made my niece a pair also. And she hasn't worn hers, but I've worn mine tons. It's really interesting. I make them a top or something, and I definitely want to make the same thing in my size. I don't know if anybody else is like that. I guess I'm pretty childish, but I don't care. I love color, and I think I suppressed that love for color for so long as an adult and stuck to neutrals or primaries, mostly, you know, colors that I still like, but I didn't experiment with mixing and matching and stuff like that, whereas I do now. And if you see what the shorts I'm wearing today, they're pink and they don't match this top at all. And I went to Costco proudly in non-matching gear. I guess I just look at things a little different now, and I don't know if it's age related, if it is not giving a flying fig about things, or caring what other people think. Maybe I'm a little more seasoned in life. I don't know. But I do know I love the sweater. This is a free pattern on Yarnspirations. I will look for a picture of it so I can put it in there. It actually has letters that are kind of cross-stitched on over the sweater. It's an easy pattern, and it has teen sizes. So this is going to be big on them, but it'll last them a couple of seasons. And quite frankly, I rarely see them in the sweaters I make them. So I'd rather make it a little bigger and something they can wear for a couple of winters, because I don't make myself a sweater every year, let alone I make them each one every year. This sweater it says Stitch Please on it. I'm not doing that. It's going to be all just solid color. I'm just not going to put the cross stitch, the letters on over the knitting, because she's 8. Or if it goes to the 10-year-old, she's 10. That doesn't matter. So I'm really proud of that. If you have any tips for knitting quicker, I'm all ears. Please let me know. I just wish I could knit a little quicker than what I currently do. I can crochet pretty quickly, but I still don't, nowhere near as fast as some of these people that I'm seeing how quick they can whip out projects. And that's okay. Everybody goes at their own pace. And I only do this like a half hour a night when we're watching Wheel of Fortune or after dinner. So I don't do a lot. But I don't think there's really anything I do and I just sit and can just zone out for hours at a time. Oh, one thing I wanted to share also is my last video I mentioned we do puzzles. We do jigsaw puzzles, and someone had said, please insert a picture or please share with us a picture of the puzzle you're currently working on. So I am going to pop in a picture of our work in progress. It's the same puzzle from earlier. We've been on this puzzle for about 2 weeks, and we just do it when we have time. Usually my boyfriend works on it when he is done eating lunch or when he gets home from work. He'll sit down and like zone out for like 20 minutes or half hour, and I tend to work on it when I'm eating breakfast or right after I finish breakfast, and I zone out and just work on the puzzle. So we don't do it too often, but we work on it every day. We don't sit and work on it for hours. But we don't need our dining room table quite often either, so it's absolutely fine. The ring light's still there set up. So I've shared with you what I've done this week, what my plans for the following week are, and that's pretty much it. Northwest Indiana, where I live, just outside of Chicago, has been a heat wave. It is, not even, we haven't even hit the Ides of May yet, and it's 92 degrees outside right now on a Friday afternoon. And yesterday, I think Penny and I walked around 7 p.m. last night, and it was still in the 90s. This is not normal for us, and it's supposed to cool off, so I'm looking forward to a little cooler weather. I really am. One last thing. Friday Sews hashtag was completely started by Today in Jen's sewing room. Jen is fabulous. She has been sewing like her entire adult life. She has daughters, so she gets people, she gets women. She started this community, and although I thank her so much for it, I saw on Instagram yesterday, she dyed her hair blue. Now, one of her daughters always has colored hair, and sometimes it's blue, and I don't know if it's been other colors. I think it has, but she has mentioned it before and shown pictures of her daughter and her vibrant hair. Well, yesterday on Instagram, Jen posted a little clip, and it was blue. And I just want to say, if you're watching, Jen, your hair looked amazing. It's like an ocean. It's these different hues and tones of all these different blues, and almost, I want to say sparkling. It looked like sparkling water just flowing. Very pretty, very different, very original, and it looked great. I think it's going to demand you make more turquoise and blue colored dresses, so you're a matching set. But I loved your hair. I love it. It's fabulous. That is all I have for Friday Sews. If you're a new viewer, thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. And I've had a nice uptick of subscribers, and welcome aboard to everybody that has subscribed and is watching my channel. I am, on the side note, I am working with Adam Sews on a project. We have a challenge coming up, and we're working on that, and we will be releasing more information soon. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and all your suggestions and comments as well. Penny is sleeping it off because she's had 3 walks. So you probably didn't hear, maybe you heard one squeak, but there was very little squeaking to be done, even though all her toys are strewn about right by her. She is just laying down exhausted because we just finished our 3rd walk of the day. So thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.